I've heard that you're talking about a lot about culture in Mr. A's class right now. You guys help me define culture. What makes up culture? Yeah?
What you eat.
What you eat? That's a good one. What else? What else makes up culture? Yeah.
What you wear.
What you wear, your clothing. Yeah.
I have two things.
Two things. Go for it.
What you believe in.
Your beliefs. That's a really good one.
What and traditions.
Traditions. Got it. What else, guys? Yeah.
Music and dance.
Music and dance. Yeah. Some celebrations. Celebrations and music. Anything else? Yeah. Yeah.
The language you speak.
Language. Okay.
Oh my God. Where you live.
Yeah. So location. Location has a lot to do with our culture. Like we have a very specific culture because we grew up or we're living in Durango. How does living in Durango influence our culture, guys? Yeah?
I don't know. I have one.
Okay, I'll come back to you. How does living in Durango influence our culture? Yeah?
Well, because we have mountains and a lot of us like to ski, so.
Right, yeah, so our location, because of our location, we have these beautiful mountains and it influences our outdoors activities.
I have one.
Perfect. Okay.
Art.
Art. Yeah, definitely. Art's a good one because art expresses our culture. We can express our culture through art. Alright guys, we're gonna have one more. I think we all understand. Who hasn't gone? I want to hear from someone that hasn't gone yet. Have you gone, buddy?
No.
Okay, what do you got?
Your ethnic group.
Your ethnic group, yeah, because you guys have been defining ethnic group, right? So how does ethnic group influence our culture?
Well, I think your ethnic group, I'm not sure what that word means.
Okay, does anyone want to help them out? Do we know what ethnic means? Yeah, bud? You don't know? Do you know what ethnic means? Does anyone? Go for it.
Like being Jewish isn't, other people being Jewish isn't ethnic group in your race.
Okay, so being a part of the Jewish religion could be ethnic. Ethnic is a subgroup. It's a cultural group of people. So that's a good example of ethnic. So yeah, going back to it, how does our ethnic group influence our culture? Yeah, buddy?
It's like our ancestors, sort of.
Okay, so it goes back to who you grew up with, your family, your generation. Awesome, guys. Okay, cool. So we're gonna look at some key vocabulary. And we kind of already talked about ethnic and how it influences our culture. What does diverse mean, guys? Yeah?
Diverse is like, it's all too much. Oh.
Talk with your groups. Let's talk with our groups for a little bit and discuss what we think diverse What group feels confident that they can tell us all what diverse means and how it influences the culture? How about this group back here?
Nothing different.
Some differences? Yeah. Okay. And then how do differences play into culture? Yeah, do you want to answer?
So not everything's the same, like people
Right.
sing or another.
Exactly. So right now in this room, we all have different backgrounds that influence our culture. Even if we live in Durango, we might have experienced something totally different than someone else because of our backgrounds and our families and where we came from. Yeah.
I have one thing to say.
Okay.
Diverse would be people with different points of views.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect. So people with different points of views. All right. Okay, and then I want to talk about countries and states a little bit, just so we make sure we know the difference between them. Does anyone feel confident they know the difference? You can tell us. How about someone that hasn't gone to talk yet? Yeah. I'm gonna come back to when you're not eating Cheetos. No. All right. You go for it. Take your time.
Our country is where it kind of like our country, America.
Yeah.
It has all different states inside it. So it's like a one big giant state kind of.
Exactly, that's perfect. So we have this whole big country, the United States is a country, and then Colorado is the state we live in. So we have to make sure that we're clear about that, because our activity is going to do a lot with making sure we know the difference between countries and states. Okay, and then our last one is festivals. Who can tell everyone what a festival means? Yeah.
Wouldn't a festival be like, I'm not gonna say, this is just what I think.
Okay.
A festival would be like a celebration, for like, sometimes there's Halloween festivals down over there. And like, it's a way for people of Durango to go down and have fun.
Perfect. So yeah, exactly. So festivals, there's going to be different types of festivals depending on the culture that you're living in or the culture that you grew up in. Different kind of cultures will celebrate different kind of festivals.
Like Snowdown.
Yes, that's definitely a Durango kind of festival. Yeah.
A festival is like something that like people do different things. Like some can have their own festival at their house
Mhm.
instead of like going to this giant house thing.
Perfect. Exactly. So there's different kinds of festivals. It could be big, small, different kind of music. Okay, guys. So I think I feel pretty confident that you guys know the vocabulary and you have a great understanding of culture. So we're gonna do a cultural scavenger hunt with the class.
Yeah.
But I want you guys to remember. So the cultural scavenger hunts, there's gonna be all these different boxes. And you guys are going to have to go around the classroom and talk to your classmates. And so the first one is, I can say hello in another language. So you need to talk to one of your classmates that knows that they can do that and that they can talk with, say hello in another language. Okay, so we can wait. And then they write their name. But you guys have to make sure that this scavenger hunt promotes discussion and cultural conversations. So we can make sure that we're actually learning about each other, because there's so much culture even in this room. All right, so but make sure that you guys have to make sure that one person can only sign their name in one box once. So you have to make sure that you talk to all your peers. Do we feel good about that?
Yes.
Yeah, do we understand?
Yes.
Thumbs up, understanding? Good?
7.
All right, guys. I'm gonna pass these out.
Is it just a sheet?
Is it for everyone?
No, they can do it that way.
Yeah, you can go wherever.